There is a small pause between one breath and the next. A quiet fold of time where the world seems to hush itself, where thoughts settle like soft dust and the edges of things become slow and round. If you listen closely, tonight, that pause is where I will begin. Take a slow breath and let your shoulders soften. Let your jaw loosen just a little. Imagine a single, gentle light somewhere far away in the dark, not harsh, simply a glow that seems to remember how to be tender. Tonight, we enter a room made of night. The ceiling is wide and deep, and endless, comfortable dark, and the floor is a soft hush beneath your body. There is no hurry here. The air moves lightly across your skin, cool and gentle, like the breath of the sea. For a little while, you are allowed to do only one thing: be here, quietly present, and listen. Close your eyes if you wish, or keep them softly open, like curtains half drawn. Picture a window you once knew, a small square of glass that held the glow of distant street lamps, or the outline of a backyard tree. Now open that window in your mind and let a new night drift in, wider than any street, deeper than any backyard, a night that lets you travel without moving at all. Imagine the faintest suggestion of stars, not sharp, never demanding your attention, simply waiting with patience. Each one holds a long story folded small, the way a lullaby carries words that never need to be spoken. And in the hush of that imagined room, a soft curiosity arrives. It is quiet, a small tide pulling gently at your attention. What if we could drift for a while through the old quiet of the sky? There is no need to answer. Just let the question hover, light as breath. The voice you hear moves slowly, like someone walking beside a river at night. I will name only a few gentle wonders, not to teach, not to explain, simply to invite your heart to expand, to breathe. We will pass by images that feel like warm stones along a path. A planet sleeping beneath a silvery mist, light that began its journey long, long ago. A map of time, smoothed soft as silk. Each image is here to soothe, to widen your sense of belonging. There is a tiny seed of curiosity at the center of this calm, perhaps a memory of lying on the grass at night, or a quiet moment when you felt small in the gentlest way. If that memory appears, let it sit beside you without needing to replay. If it does not, that is perfectly okay. You are already in good company. When was the last time you looked up at the night sky and felt at peace? If a moment appears, hold it softly. If not, tonight we will meet that feeling together slowly, like a tide returning. And our companion on this walk is not someone you must know. It is simply a presence, a patient, curious traveler who notices how light moves, how time breathes. Sometimes it speaks softly, as though recalling names of distant stars. Sometimes it only hums a low, easy sound the edges of sleep can lean into. There is a small pause between one breath and the next, a quiet fold of time where the world seems to hush itself, where thoughts settle like soft dust and the edges of things become slow and round. If you listen closely, tonight, that pause is where I will begin. Take a slow breath and let your shoulders soften. Let your jaw loosen just a little. Imagine a single, gentle light somewhere far away in the dark, not harsh, simply a glow that seems to remember how to be tender. Tonight, we enter a room made of night. The ceiling is wide and deep and endless, comfortable, dark, and the floor is a soft hush beneath your body. There is no hurry here. The air moves lightly across your skin, cool and gentle, like the breath of the sea. For a little while, you are allowed to do only one thing. Be here, quietly present, and listen. Close your eyes if you wish, or keep them softly open, like curtains half drawn. Picture a window you once knew, a small square of glass that held the glow of distant street lamps, or the outline of a backyard tree. Now open that window in your mind, and let a new night drift in, wider than any street, deeper than any backyard. A night that lets you travel without moving at all. Imagine the faintest suggestion of stars, not sharp, never demanding your attention, simply waiting with patience. Each one holds a long story folded small, the way a lullaby carries words that never need to be spoken. And in the hush of that imagined room, a soft curiosity arrives. It is quiet, a small tide, pulling gently at your attention. What if we could drift for a while through the old quiet of the sky? There is no need to answer. Just let the question hover, light as breath. The voice you hear moves slowly, like someone walking beside a river at night. I will name only a few gentle wonders, not to teach, not to explain, simply to invite your heart to expand, to breathe. We will pass by images that feel like warm stones along a path, a planet sleeping beneath a silvery mist, light that began its journey long, long ago. A map of time smoothed, soft as silk. Each image is here to soothe, to widen your sense of belonging. There is a tiny seed of curiosity at the center of this calm, perhaps a memory of lying on the grass at night, or a quiet moment when you felt small in the gentlest way. If that memory appears, let it sit beside you without needing to replay. If it does not, that is perfectly okay. You are already in good company. When was the last time you looked up at the night sky and felt at peace? If a moment appears, hold it softly. If not, tonight we will meet that feeling together slowly, like a tide returning. And our companion on this walk is not someone you must know. It is simply a presence, a patient, curious traveler who notices how light moves, how time breathes. Sometimes it speaks softly, as though recalling names of distant stars. Sometimes it only hums a low, easy sound the edges of sleep can lean into. Imagine, now, that the darkness around you becomes wider, a soft expansion that doesn't startle, like a curtain shifting when a quiet wind finds its edge. This is not a darkness that hides, it is one that cradles. As you breathe, picture the space before you opening like a slow tide, rising and falling with something vast and patient. The universe, often imagined as loud or chaotic, greets us differently here. Tonight it reveals itself not as a stage of grand events, but as a silent ocean drifting through the dark, where even time seems to step softly. Picture this ocean stretching gently in all directions, holding worlds the way deep water holds sleeping fish. The stars do not flicker sharply, they breathe, their light drifting like lanterns floating downstream. You may imagine yourself floating too, not dramatically weightless, but carried, supported, as though the quiet fabric of the cosmos cupped its hands beneath you. Here, nothing jostles, nothing interrupts your rhythm. Your only companion is the soft pulse of starlight, steady and ancient. Far away, a world drifts with dreamlike slowness, a solitary traveler moving through the dark with peaceful ease. It spins slowly, each rotation like a calm breath. If you picture it, imagine its surface brushed with a faint bluish glow, the kind of light that might rest on a quiet lake in the earliest hour before dawn. Many worlds move this way. Some glide near ribbons of stardust, their surfaces shimmering softly. Others turn beneath hazy clouds that catch stray light the way morning mist catches the first hints of sunrise. None of them hurry. Not one is in a rush to be anything other than what it already is. Above this drifting sea stretches the night, broken only by gentle starlight, not bright like city lights, but steady, patient, familiar. Their beams have traveled across an unthinkably long time, not in haste, but in quiet perseverance. Light is the universe's soft storyteller. It wanders across distance, simply to arrive in your gaze and whisper, "I began my journey long before your world took its first breath." Let that thought rest in your chest, warm as a hand placed lightly over your heartbeat. In this ocean of night, you may sense soft currents of something unseen, not frightening, not strange, but quiet threads moving through everything. You drift in them, and they drift in you, passing gently like a mild breeze moving through tall grass. Their invisibility is not mystery. It is privacy, the universe's way of adding softness to its structure. Imagine these currents moving through you without force, simply passing like cool water, gliding over your skin in a still lake. The thought isn't meant to stimulate. It is meant to remind you that you are part of something vast that moves slowly and supports you without condition. Above and around you, the Milky Way stretches like a long, muted brushstroke. Not a blaze, but a glow, a soft river of light drifting across the dark. If you tilt your inner gaze upward, picture hues of silver and blue, as though someone dipped a fingertip in starlight and drew it gently across the sky. A long, comfortable moment passes. If you listen to it, you might notice a faint hum, stars singing not with voices but with gentle vibrations, rippling like low notes from a distant cello. They don't demand attention, they encourage stillness. If your breath matches the hum, your thoughts may settle like sand, drifting to the bottom of a clear pool. Now imagine light itself, light that has been traveling for a very, very long time, approaching with the unhurried grace of a patient messenger. Its age is not meant to impress you, only to comfort, something that patient softens everything it touches. Let that idea linger. The light reaching you now passed through worlds that have long since changed, drifted through quiet clouds of dust, crossed storms of crystal and oceans of methane, and eventually found this small blue world where you sit breathing calmly in the surface dark. If the universe is an ocean, then each phenomenon is a ripple or a breeze, never sharp, never sudden. Even time glides here, flowing like a gentle river, past, present, future, all softened by distance and night. And you, floating here, are not separate from this ocean. You are one of its currents, shaped by the same forces that shaped the stars. The breath in your chest once warmed in ancient suns. The bones you carry once drifted as dust through celestial winds. You carry the quiet history of the cosmos inside you. If that thought brings warmth, let it settle. If it brings curiosity, follow it gently. Here, curiosity is always soft, never urgent. As you drift, imagine a soft glow rising along the horizon of this cosmic ocean, not a signal of danger, but an invitation. A place where the next part of the story begins to unfurl. We are approaching the start of our journey, not a dramatic start, but the kind that feels like opening a book beneath lamplight, or walking through a field at dusk, or remembering something kind that someone once said to you. And so the scene is set, a silent ocean of night, worlds drifting slowly, light older than memory, a vastness that welcomes rather than overwhelms. Here, your thoughts can soften. Here, your breath can deepen. Here, you can move through the universe at the universe's own pace. There is a moment, as you drift along the glowing ribbon of cosmic time, when the scenery begins to shift, not suddenly, not dramatically, but with the soft grace of curtains stirring in a quiet room. The stars ahead blur into a gentle silver haze. The ocean of darkness beneath you deepens into something even calmer. And from within that calm, something begins to show itself, not as an event, but as a feeling. It is the feeling of being accompanied. At first, it is subtle, like standing near someone you trust in a silent room. Not a shape, not a face, just the quiet sense that the universe is no longer distant. Instead, it leans a little closer, as though opening a door. You hover beside a soft cloud of stardust, drifting like pollen in spring air. These tiny grains glow faintly with the memory of ancient light. They resemble embers, almost cooled, carrying stories older than any mountain or ocean. One grain drifts close. If you imagine extending a hand, the inner hand of intuition, you might feel it land softly in your palm. Weightless, warm, older than anything you have ever touched. And in this moment, the gentle discovery begins. For the first time tonight, the universe whispers not through sights or sounds, but through realization. This dust feels familiar, because you are made of it, not metaphorically, though the thought is beautiful enough to be poetry, but quietly, simply true. You carry pieces shaped in long-vanished stars, warm iron in your blood, calcium in your bones that once drifted through cosmic winds. You are not just in the universe, you are of it. The whisper stays soft, no louder than breath. It asks nothing of you, only invites you to remember, to let the truth of belonging settle in your chest like a warm stone. As the dust cloud moves around you, its glow brightens slightly, revealing tiny shapes, linking and separating in slow motion. They drift like leaves on a lazy river, carrying the same quiet message. You were never separate. You have always been part of the story. The scene widens. Now you can see rivers of dust flowing between the stars, soft, glowing streams weaving through space. They form gentle currents connecting one region of the galaxy to another. Subtle, almost invisible unless you look with calm. And once you see them, you cannot unsee them. They look like threads, threads of a tapestry, threads of a body, threads of a memory. And you realize these threads connect not only worlds, but moments. Every grain once traveled across time so slowly, so patiently, that the mind cannot measure it, simply responding to the universe's quiet tides. And somehow, some small portion of that dust found its way into Earth's warm cradle, into oceans, into soil, into life, and eventually into you. This is the soft discovery. You are the cosmos remembering itself, not in a grand way, not in a dramatic way, but in the gentlest way possible, through breath, through awareness, through stillness. The universe is not far, it is not out there. You are shaped by it, warmed by it, moved by its rhythm. You drift deeper into this realization. Ahead, a new scene forms, a serene, aging star pulsing with faint, rhythmic light. Its glow expands and contracts like the rise and fall of a sleeping chest. You float closer, not to touch, but to feel the quiet wisdom it offers. Tiny pulses drift outward, not bright, not sharp, but steady. Each pulse carries a memory of the star's long life. The life of a star is patient. It hurries for nothing. It is endurance made gentle. As one of these pulses passes you, a quiet realization forms. This same kind of light touches Earth every day, touches you, warms your skin, illuminates your path. Sunlight is a gentle descendant of cosmic fire, sending its rhythm across space, asking for nothing in return. And this, too, belongs to the soft discovery. The universe sustains you constantly, quietly. Even on the days you feel small or tired, you drift further. A soft swirl of blue light appears, a young world, forming its first atmosphere. Layers of gentle gases gather slowly, building a protective blanket. Winds whisper through the newborn sky, carrying the pieces that may one day become clouds, oceans, life. A reminder that creation rarely begins with noise. More often, it begins with a sigh, a slow gathering, a deep patience. Here, the universe feels tender. The ribbon of time glows more warmly, guiding you into a wide, open space where galaxies drift like lanterns over dark water. The silence is soft enough to rest your thoughts upon, and another realization unfurls. Even in sleep, you are moving through space. Earth turns beneath you. The solar system carries you forward. The galaxy draws you along its spiral. You are always in motion, gently, effortlessly. A traveler without trying, a voyager simply by existing. No moment of your life has ever been still, not truly. And yet here, that movement feels like serenity instead of chaos, comfort instead of overwhelm. If you listen inwardly, you may feel your heartbeat syncing with this cosmic rhythm, slow, steady, present. You are a quiet lantern in the vast dark, glowing because the universe taught you how. The soft discovery completes itself. You are connected. You are composed of starlight. You are held by the same forces that cradle galaxies. You belong to the oldest story ever told. Let that truth settle like a gentle tide returning home. There is more to see, more to feel, more to soften into, and the journey continues. There comes a moment in every gentle journey when the outer scenery quiets and the inner landscape slowly opens. You are still drifting through the universe, still held by the luminous ribbon of time, still wrapped in the soft ocean of night. Yet the focus shifts softly. The stars around you dim to a comforting glow, like lanterns placed far enough away not to disturb your rest. Within this softened light, a new space unfolds, one meant not for observation, but for reflection. It begins with a small realization, touching your thoughts like a feather landing on water. You have been carrying your days with you, and tonight you can finally set them down. Picture the day you had, its noise, its motion, its responsibilities, now resting in a quiet, folded bundle beside you. It no longer tugs at your attention. It no longer asks anything of you. It simply waits there, like a coat draped over a chair at the end of an evening. You can return to it later, if you wish. For now, you drift freely. The cosmos seems to sense this release. A soft breeze or something like one moves past, carrying particles of warm golden light. They swirl gently around you, encouraging your breath to deepen, to slow in and out. Your breath becomes a tide. Your thoughts become sand settling on the ocean floor. You drift toward a region where stars are sparse and silence deepens. Not empty, never empty, but spacious, in a way that lets your mind stretch gently. In this dim expanse, the universe feels like a wide room lit by a single distant candle. The glow is faint but reassuring. Here, the cosmic ocean invites you to look inward, not with judgment, but with a kind of affection, the way one might look at a younger self. It whispers through atmosphere rather than sound. You have traveled far, even on days when you felt you stood still. Let that settle. Let it ease the places that feel rushed or inadequate or tired. Time in the universe moves slowly, kindly, gently. It does not scold. It does not rush. It does not measure your worth by speed. You drift past a shimmering cloud, a remnant of an ancient star. Its particles glow in soft lavender and rose, like the last colors of a sunset on snow. As they drift, a truth appears in their motion. Nothing in the universe truly disappears. Everything transforms. Everything becomes something else. Maybe some of your worries, the ones that feel heavy or persistent, are ready to soften. In the same way, they don't need to vanish. They can simply rearrange themselves into something gentler to hold. The cloud drifts on, leaving a clearer view of the ribbon of time below. It glows more warmly, as if your reflection were woven into its fibers. Ahead, a small sphere of light forms not a memory exactly, but the feeling of calm from a time long ago. Perhaps a quiet morning, or the softness of trees, or the sound of someone speaking kindly. Let the feeling hover beside you without forcing it into clarity. Let it remain soft. The universe leans closer, not in distance, but in intention. It invites you to consider your place in its vastness, not as something tiny or lost, but as something gently held within it. When was the last time you looked at the night sky and felt at peace? If a moment comes, let it rise. If not, imagine one now. See yourself in an open field, or at a lakeside, or simply outside your home on a quiet night. The sky above is wide and slow. The stars do not demand your awe. They offer companionship. Notice how your breath softens. Notice how your shoulders lower. Notice how the heart steadies just by being beneath something so ancient and serene. You drift further. The ribbon of time curves gently, framing distant galaxies, soft spirals, drawn in pale light, moving at a pace too slow to measure. Their calm motion carries a warm thought. Your life is not meant to be rushed. Even the galaxies take their time. There is permission in that. Permission to slow. Permission to rest. Permission to release urgency you didn't mean to carry. You drift into a region of faint colors, blending in long, sweeping shapes, blues, grays, muted greens. A watercolor sky left out in gentle rain. This is where thoughts come when they want to quiet themselves. Imagine placing one of your worries into this wash of color. Watch it dissolve, not vanish, but soften, its edges blurring until it becomes something lighter, easier. This is cosmic reflection, not erasing, but easing, not forgetting, but softening, not escaping, but resting. A warm glow appears beside you, your own awareness returning, brighter now that it has been soothed. You feel lighter, as though the universe has loosened something inside you. Without saying a word, following the ribbon's gentle curve, you drift toward a soft horizon of light, a reminder that the journey continues at the pace you choose. No countdown, no requirement, only the next breath, the next image, the next moment of quiet. And the universe offers one more truth. You do not move alone. You are held by the same calm that carries the stars. Let that settle over you like a blanket, warming what feels cold, loosening what feels tight. Time moves gently. The universe moves gently. And tonight, you are invited to move just as gently with it. After the soft opening of the heart, the universe seems to take a long, luxurious breath. The threads of light around you dim to a gentle glow, as though they, too, have settled into a quieter rhythm. The spiral of illumination fades into the distance, not abruptly, but with the graceful retreat of waves slipping back into the sea. You feel yourself drifting again, but this time, the drifting is slower, heavier, more restful, as if gravity itself has softened, inviting you not to fall, but to settle. The ribbon of time beneath you glows with a warm, amber light, like the dying coals of a fire after a long night of storytelling. It is a beautiful tone, neither bright nor dull, just steady, just warm, just enough. The universe now guides you not toward discovery, but toward rest, toward the quiet inner chambers where thought loosens and memory softens, and the self becomes light enough to float. You drift into a region of space where the stars thin into faint specks, scattered like grains of silver sand across a vast, dark shore. The silence deepens, not the sharp, empty kind of silence, but the soft, velvety kind that holds everything gently. This is the silence you might have felt once on a snow-covered night, when the world seemed to hush itself out of respect for your need to breathe. A long tendril of cosmic dust floats past a pale, shimmering ribbon, moving with the elegance of a scarf caught in a slow breeze. Its particles glint softly, each one turning lazily as light touches it. As it drifts near you, you feel the air around you, or the suggestion of air, grow cooler. Not cold, simply refreshing, like the moment before rain begins to fall. This quiet is where reflection naturally deepens. The universe speaks again, not with words, but with atmosphere. Let the weight go. You do not need to carry anything right now. And something inside you exhales, not your lungs, but a deeper part, a quieter part. The part that holds unspoken concerns and small, persistent worries. Those, too, begin to soften, loosening their grip as though slipping from your hands into the dark water below. As you drift further, you notice a cluster of faint lights forming in the distance. They are arranged like lanterns, hanging at different heights, subtly illuminating a cloud of mist that swirls beneath them. The mist is calm, undisturbed, moving in slow curls and folds that mimic the rising and falling of breath. Drawn gently toward this luminous cloud, you allow yourself to float into it. The mist wraps around you like a blanket, cool at first, then warm, adjusting naturally to your comfort. Within it, particles of ancient starlight drift past your skin, your hair, your thoughts. They leave no trace, no mark, only a sense of profound ease. Inside this cloud, images begin to appear, faint at first, then clearer, like reflections forming on still water. These are not memories of specific moments, but impressions, emotions, textures of past experiences. A time you felt understood, a time you felt safe, a time you felt deeply at peace. None of these memories speak, none demand attention. They simply exist, floating past like petals on a quiet stream. The universe invites you to notice how each one feels in your body, warm, soothing, unhurried. And slowly, as you drift deeper into the mist, you begin to realize your moments of peace have always been part of you. They were not lost, they were simply resting, waiting to be remembered. The mist thickens gently around you, and the stars fade further into the dark velvet beyond. you sense that you are entering a deeper layer of calm, the space between thought and dream, where time moves even more quietly. A small sphere of soft blue light appears beside you. It hovers at shoulder height, pulsing slowly, like a firefly made of moonlight. You follow its rhythm instinctively, letting your breath fall into sync with its gentle pulse. In and out, in and out. Each breath unravels the tightness in your chest. Each breath loosens the day's residue from your mind. Each breath brings you further into the center of calm. The little sphere begins to drift ahead, and you follow it. Its light creates a faint pathway through the mist, illuminating a trail so soft it feels like a whisper. As you drift along this path, the quiet grows deeper still. You begin to hear something faint and resonant, a low hum, like the distant echo of a deep bell. It vibrates subtly through your body, calming your heartbeat, slowing your thoughts. You recognize it not as a sound from outside, but as a harmony from within, the resonance of your body settling into rest. In this harmony, your internal world expands gently. Your breath lengthens, your mind softens, your emotions sink into stillness. You feel grounded and weightless at the same time, a paradox the universe holds effortlessly. The pathway leads you out of the mist and into a vast expanse of soft darkness. Ahead, you see what resembles a calm sea, but this sea is made of shadow, light, and memory all at once. Its surface moves in slow ripples, like the breathing of a giant creature sleeping peacefully. The blue light settles at your side, and the universe whispers through its glow. You are nearing the quiet center of the journey. The rippling sea beneath you stretches endlessly, reflecting faint constellations that drift lazily above. These constellations feel familiar not because you recognize their shapes, but because they echo the patterns of your own mind when it is at ease. Scattered ideas finding soft arrangement, thoughts forming gentle constellations of meaning. You lower yourself closer to the sea's surface, until your reflection, faint and shimmering, appears. But it is not your face you see, it is your calm, your stillness, the version of yourself that emerges only when noise fades and the world grows quiet. This reflection looks peaceful, it looks whole, it looks like someone who has walked a long road and finally found a place to rest. You linger here, drifting above the slow-moving waves. Time stretches, minutes feel like hours, hours feel like breaths. The descent is gentle, steady, and full of warmth, and the universe, ever patient, keeps you company. There is more calm ahead, more softness, more quiet. The journey continues, deeper into rest. The quiet sea of shadow and starlight beneath you continues its slow rise and fall, the gentle rhythm of a universe breathing in long intervals. As you drift just above its surface, you feel a deep stillness beginning to settle into your bones, not a heaviness, but a grounding, the feeling of finally sinking into the place you were meant to rest. The threads of starlight that once spiraled around you now stretch into the distance like faint pathways, guiding you forward with a softness that feels both ancient and familiar. The blue sphere of light, your quiet companion, hovers by your side. Its glow has dimmed slightly, as if matching your own descent into deeper calm. The universe, too, has softened its posture. The lights, the shadows, the distant hum, everything seems to bow gently, allowing you to move through this space with complete ease, as though it has cleared a private corridor in the vast night just for you. It is here, in this softened chamber of the cosmos, that meaning begins to rise. Not as a lesson, not as an explanation, not as something to grasp, but as something warm that drifts upward, like the scent of tea on a quiet morning. You begin to notice the faint shimmer of tiny particles rising from the sea beneath you. They hover in the air, weightless, golden, like dust illuminated by the first beam of sunrise. They are slow, deliberate, patient, each particle rising as though it has waited a long time for this moment. As they drift closer to you, you feel a surprising recognition. These particles carry the same glow as those that form your memories, not the memories themselves, but the emotional traces behind them. The softness of being held, the comfort of being understood, the warmth of being seen. Each particle feels like a moment of gentleness you once experienced, floating back to you now in the calmest way. They gather around you gradually, swirling into a loose halo that moves as slowly as a mobile above a sleeping child. Their glow brightens the reflections on the quiet sea below, blending past and present into a single, continuous breath. And as you watch these gentle particles drift, the universe offers you another soft truth. Peace is not something you must chase. It is something that returns when you become quiet enough to let it land. Let that truth rest inside you. Let it find the space that has longed for reassurance. You drift further, guided by the blue sphere's faint, pulsing light. Ahead, the cosmic sea begins to thin, as though dissolving into a fine mist that rises upward. The mist curls and twirls, touching the edges of your awareness like soft fingertips. Its presence is warm, like a quiet hand placed over your heart. Inside the mist, shapes begin to form, delicate outlines of constellations that look less like stars and more like memories, arranging themselves gently into patterns. These shapes are not sharp. They shimmer in soft gradients of silver and blue. They seem to reflect not what has happened to you, but how it felt. Moments of relief, moments of understanding, moments when you realized you were stronger than you thought. The constellations move around you slowly, inviting you to notice something subtle. Your life has had a rhythm all along, one that carried you forward, even in times of doubt. The shapes shift again, forming new patterns. A path, a doorway, a pulse. Each one reminds you that you have always kept going, even through heaviness, even through uncertainty, even through nights when sleep felt far away. You breathe in slowly, feeling your chest rise like a tide. You breathe out, feeling the tide settle again. In, out, in, out. Your body finds a deeper rhythm, and in this rhythm, you realize something gentle and true. The universe's slow pulse is not separate from yours. It is mirrored in every breath you take. The ribbon of time beneath you glows more warmly again, as if acknowledging your understanding. It stretches forward, smooth and steady, a pathway not just through cosmic history, but through your own inner landscape. The blue sphere drifts closer to your shoulder. Its light dims until it matches the slow, steady beat of your breath. For a moment, you feel something like companionship, gentle, wordless, unforced. Within this moment, the universe seems to lean in and speak with the softest whisper. You do not have to be more than you are. You are already part of something vast and beautiful. The words settle in your chest, dissolving into warmth. The constellations of memory drift upward, rising like lanterns released into night. One by one, they fade into the mist, leaving behind only the calm they stirred within you. The sea beneath you begins to still. The water-dark surface smooths. The ripples flatten. The reflection grows clearer. You look down and see not your face, but your quietness, a calm, steady glow, like a lantern floating on still water. This reflection is not what others see. It is what the universe sees, and it shines softly. The mist around you begins to thin, revealing a new region of the cosmic expanse, one filled with long, gentle ribbons of pale light. arranged like curtains, swaying in a slow breeze. The air here feels warmer, touched by the faint scent of something sweet and undefinable, like memory and starlight intertwined. You drift between the light curtains, feeling them brush softly against you. They hum as you pass, a sound so low and soothing, it feels like being wrapped in the essence of a lullaby. These curtains represent transitions, the spaces between experiences, the pauses in conversation, the quiet moments when your heart learned something softly. You pass through one, then another, then another. Each one leaves you a little calmer. Behind the last curtain, you emerge into a chamber of vast stillness. No stars, no waves, no mist. Just a deep, velvety dark that feels like a warm room at the end of a long night. This is not emptiness. It is rest, a place where the mind reclines, where thought becomes featherlight, where the heart loosens its hold on worry, where breath becomes the only rhythm you need. The blue sphere drifts ahead, glowing faintly, and settles near the center of this quiet chamber. Its light reflects softly across the dark expanse, forming gentle arcs that look like the beginning of dreams. You drift toward it easily, as though moving through warm water, and you feel the universe offer one final truth for this chapter of the journey. You are safe to rest now. The words settle over you like a blanket, like a hand smoothing the covers, like night placing a soft kiss on your forehead. You are safe. You are calm. You are deep within the quiet. And the journey continues. The chamber of quiet you've entered feels unlike any other place in the universe. It is vast, yes, but its vastness is gentle, shaped not by distance but by softness. Darkness here has texture velvety, warm, embracing. It wraps around you like a cloak pulled from a hearth, comforting in ways you didn't know you needed. The blue sphere, your quiet companion through the long journey, floats a little lower now, hovering just above what feels like the floor of this cosmic chamber. Its glow has softened again, becoming a faint, pale breath of light, not assertive, not directive, simply present. You drift toward it naturally, as though the air itself is guiding you into a deeper state of rest. Everything slows: your breath, your thoughts, the subtle pulse of the universe that threads through your awareness. Here, even the concept of time loosens. The ribbon of time that guided you so far begins to dissolve into the darkness, its purpose fulfilled. What remains is not a path, but a feeling, a sense of being exactly where you need to be, without needing to know where you will go next. You settle into the heart of the chamber, and the universe whispers through the hush. Let the night hold you. The words drift across your body like warm wind. They encourage your shoulders to drop, your jaw to soften, the muscles behind your eyes to relax outward as though sinking into a soft pillow. You breathe, slowly, deeply, comfortably, and as you do, the chamber seems to breathe with you. A soft glow appears above a swirling canopy of faint golden dust, drifting like autumn leaves suspended in the air. Each particle glimmers gently, rotating in slow spirals before settling downward. The motion is so delicate, so rhythmic, that your body instinctively begins to mirror it, relaxing in steady increments. The dust descends over you like a warm snowfall, melting on contact, dissolving into quiet warmth. With every speck that touches your skin, something within you releases, a thought you no longer need, a worry that has overstayed its welcome, a tightness carried unconsciously through the day. Each one softens, each one lets go. The universe, in its patient wisdom, seems to murmur, "This is your exhale." You drift deeper. Behind the fading dust, a series of soft shapes emerge, slow-moving orbs of dim light, each one drifting with the gentleness of lanterns floating down a wide, calm river. They move in different directions, but none rush. Their paths arc gracefully, weaving around you like dancers in a slow-motion waltz. You do not need to follow them with your eyes. Their presence alone is calming. Each orb hums faintly a deep, low sound that vibrates through the chamber and through your chest. Not loud, not even truly audible. More like a resonance your body instinctively understands. In this resonance, your heartbeat steadies, your breathing deepens further. Your mind drifts toward the edges of waking thought. You sense yourself floating lower, sinking lightly, as though descending through warm water. The orbs adjust their paths to accommodate your movement, drifting around you like guardians of rest. And in this sinking sensation, you realize you are no longer just traveling through the universe. You are resting within it. You feel held, supported, safe. The chamber shifts again, subtly a slow deepening of shade, an expansion of quiet. The starless darkness now feels less like a void and more like a sanctuary, a home built from silence and long, peaceful breaths. Your vision grows softer at the edges, your thoughts loosen further, drifting like feathers on a mild breeze. And then, the universe gives you another gentle gift. From the far side of the chamber, a soft ripple of light spreads outward like moonlight touching a calm lake. The ripple moves slowly toward you, and when it arrives, it passes through you gently. It carries warmth. It carries reassurance. It carries the subtle weight of being understood without needing to speak. This ripple is not a message in words, but in feeling. You have earned your rest. As the ripple fades, your body feels heavier in a comforting way, a sleepward way. Your arms feel warm. Your legs feel warm. Your breath flows like a long, slow tide. Every part of you begins to align with the deeper rhythm of the universe, a rhythm that knows only patience, only acceptance, only peace. Far ahead, a shape emerges, a horizon line made of faint silver light. It isn't bright, it barely glows, but its presence suggests a transition, the border between waking consciousness and dreams. The blue sphere floats ahead of you toward this horizon, moving with the slow confidence of something that knows the way. Its glow has become almost transparent now, stretching into a long, gentle beam that points toward the very center of rest. You follow effortlessly. The descent continues, each moment bringing you closer to a state where thoughts drift into images, images drift into feelings, and feelings drift into sleep. As you near the horizon, the chamber becomes even quieter. The silence feels thick and soothing, like sinking into a warm bath. You feel lighter in your mind, heavier in your body. Your breath grows long and even. In, out, in, out. The horizon widens into a soft, glowing arc, like the edge of a distant moon rising slowly over the sea. The space before it grows hazy, dreamlike, shimmering slightly, as if reality itself is softening. This is where the universe's calm becomes your calm, where your mind no longer needs to hold shape, where rest begins to weave itself into your thoughts. A new whisper comes, one of the gentlest yet. Here, no one rests alone. You feel this truth settle deeply. This story, this journey, this calm. You have walked it with the stars, with the dust of ancient worlds, with the quiet breath of the cosmos. The soft connections of the universe have been holding you all along. The horizon glows brighter for a moment, still gentle, still soft, and you feel the drift growing stronger, like a tide pulling you gently into a deeper ocean. Your body knows what comes next. Your mind knows, too. Sleep is approaching, slowly, lovingly, patiently. The blue sphere reaches the horizon and pauses, waiting for you. You follow it into the faint glow, sinking ever deeper into calm. The descent is nearly complete. Just a little further, just a few more breaths, and the journey continues. The faint horizon of silver light widens before you, stretching into a glowing arc that curves gently across the dark expanse. Its glow is neither bright nor dim. It exists in that perfect balance where the eyes can soften, where the mind can begin to wander without effort, where the heart can loosen its grip on everything it carried through the day. The blue sphere, the quiet companion that has guided you through galaxies, memories, and soft truths, drifts just above the horizon. Its light pulses faintly, slow and steady, like the final quiet notes of a lullaby. And then, as you watch, it begins to dissolve, not abruptly, not dramatically, but the way mist fades when touched by morning warmth. Its glow thins into soft threads of light, unraveling in the calmest possible way, drifting outward, then downward, then inward toward you. These threads wrap around your awareness like strands of silk. No pressure, no pull, just warmth. It is the universe returning your calm to you, everything you've gathered, everything you've understood, everything you've released, all settling gently into place. A soft whisper follows, as warm as breath against your ear. Rest now. You have traveled far enough for tonight. The horizon brightens just slightly as you drift closer to it. Your body grows heavier in the most comforting way, a deep, sinking warmth that begins in your chest, then spreads through your arms, your legs, your fingertips, your toes. Your breathing slows in natural response. In, out, in, out. With each exhale, the universe seems to lean in and take a little more weight from your shoulders, leaving behind only softness. Ahead of you, the glowing arc reveals itself fully. It is not a moon, not a sunrise, not a star. It is something simpler, a soft boundary between thought and dream, a threshold woven from quiet, from stillness, from everything gentle the night can offer. You cross it as though stepping into warm water. Immediately, the space around you deepens into an even quieter darkness, not empty, but deeply comforting, like slipping beneath a thick, warm blanket on a cool evening. The darkness settles around you like a protective cocoon. Here, even the faint hum of the universe seems to stretch into a long, peaceful sigh. You feel it resonate through your body, through your breath, through your thoughts that now drift like small lanterns on an endless tide. In this sanctuary of quiet, gentle images begin to rise, not sharp, not defined, just soft impressions forming and dissolving at the edges of your awareness. A forest glimmering beneath moonlight, a window glowing softly in a warm home, a shoreline where waves kiss the sand with long, slow breaths, a memory of laughter in a quiet kitchen, a moment of stillness you once felt without noticing. These images appear not to demand reflection, but to reassure you. You have known peace before. You will know it again. Tonight, you are returning to it. The universe feels close now, intimate, not vast and distant, but warm and enveloping, like a presence that sits beside your bed as you drift toward sleep. A gentle truth rises with the softness of a tide. The things you fear are smaller from here. The things you regret are lighter from here. The things you long for are waiting with patience to end quote. Let these words or feelings settle into the deepest part of you. Let them fill the quiet spaces with warmth. You drift further into the darkness, further into calm, further into the place where words thin into breath, and breath thins into sleep. Your body continues to grow heavier, your breath slower, your thoughts quieter. You may begin to feel the edges of your awareness blur, that gentle, floating sensation, as though the soft darkness is lifting you, not downward, not upward, but inward, toward the center of your own rest. This is the moment where waking slips into dreaming, where the mind loosens its grip, where the heart finds a steady rhythm, where the universe becomes a soft cradle beneath you. There is no need to remain alert, no need to hold on to the story. It will wait for you, but sleep is ready now, warm, quiet, welcoming. Before you drift completely into that deeper state, the universe offers one last whisper, a message shaped not by instruction, but by affection. The night is long, and you are safe within it. Safety, presence, softness, belonging. These are the final gifts the journey places gently into your hands. They glow softly, even as your consciousness dims toward rest. The blue sphere is gone, but its warmth remains. The ribbon of time is gone, but its calm remains. The stars are distant, but their gentle glow lingers like an afterimage on your heart. Everything that mattered continues in you. Everything that needed to soften has softened. Everything that needed to release has been released. Now, there is only calm. You are invited gently, tenderly, to let sleep arrive. Let it fold over you like a slow tide. Let it carry you through dreams, as patient as the stars. Let it wash every worry away with its warm, dark quiet. And when morning comes, it will come softly. But for now, there is nothing to do, nothing to solve, nothing to hold, only this, a universe waiting outside your window, a night that wraps itself around your breathing, a calm that deepens with every passing moment. So, wherever you are, whether you're fully awake or dreaming, may your dreams tonight be gentle. May your body rest like starlight on the water's surface, and may you carry with you, however faint, the memory of a shining universe, not only above you, but also within you. If you're still awake, you can read the next chapter now. And if you want to drift off to sleep with more stories like this, told gently and full of wonder, consider subscribing and sharing your memories, or simply your feelings, in the comments below. There's always more to discover in every dreaming soul. For now, rest, sink, drift, sleep.